Hi everyone, welcome back. We are so back. I hope you're enjoying the conference so far. It has been an incredible day of having so much great content. Thank you so much to all the speakers.
And hello from my side. And I hope you're enjoying. I hope you filled your water and get some food and you're ready for exciting second run.
Yes, at Into Design Systems, we like to share many resources on our LinkedIn page, through our newsletter. And today we are going to highlight 3 cool projects from our community. Let me actually show you the Miro board. It's time for the community demos.
Let's check what we have. And the first one with us will be Marta Conde with Mastering Design Tokens with Tokens Glossary.
Yes, then we have Ship Faster with Quantum, a free design system presented by Maxime and Thomas.
And then the third one will be the WCAG card deck, making accessibility more accessible.
Yeah, thank you so much to all these creators for creating this amazing projects. And yeah, let's start with Marta.
Hi.
Hola, hola Marta.
Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, thank you so much.
Okay, una cerveza, por favor. That's all I know in Spanish.
We actually made a Basque cheesecake today, inspired by Spanish food. So we are enjoying the conference and also having some delicious food from your country.
I love the food.
Marta, you are kind of a design superstar in Spain. You're a teacher, designer, you're organizing events. Everyone knows you. Shout out to our big community in Spain.
I really like it. I spent like a lot of time like making events, I think, because I was a wedding planner and there was like a little bit smaller wedding planner assigned to me, so I couldn't separate it. So I continued like making events. That's really fun.
So you moved from wedding planning, which is quite stressful, to design systems, which is not so stressful. It's easy.
Yeah, at the end you have like ecosystem, but yes, I changed like a lot of career, but now I'm just working on design systems.
Nice.
Marta, you have created this amazing design tokens glossary. We are super excited to have a look. Let's go.
So let's start. So I wanted to start before to sharing like my glossary tokens and something that I prepare special only for that talk. It's explaining a little bit how I'm just coming with creating naming tokens, which is like my processes. So I joined in my new company, like it's so safe 6 months ago. So I'm gonna like explain you which is like the processes before not naming tokens and how to name tokens properly. Because I'm a team of only one designer and one engineer. So sometimes you just need like to demonstrate to a company that they need to invest a little bit more time on naming. So I want to show you how I get that stuff. First of all, how more of the speakers are explaining, we need to understand our ecosystem. So I'm going to show you how I make that one. Then I create an MVP to give them value to the company like super fast. And the second one, how I use my tokens glossary. But first we need to understand our ecosystem. So first of all, what I make it is just use one template for demo that is amazing. It's called 90 days, like design system in 90 days canvas. So what they just created is a canvas with 90 blocks of information. So you can just ask questions to your designers, your stakeholders, and extract a lot of data to understand the ecosystem. So that's how I just make it. I just grab it that template, and instead of having like 90 days, because at the beginning I didn't have that time, I just only have like 30 days to have that impact on the company. So I just making like a lot of questions to all the stakeholders on the company. So first of all, I just there are like parts of Loro because I couldn't like sharing everything, but I just grab it like which are the resources that we have it on the company, which is the people that are getting involved that I can ask questions to them. How are the resources, but how they are connected to each other. So we are using Montaigne Library. I don't know if I pronounce really good. It's the name of a Pokemon. So they use that kind of library for components, but they have library from iconographies. They have libraries from charts and for tables. So how they are connected to each other is really important to know how to name them properly. So that's why I just put it all that information over there and all the roadmap that we have it on the company. So I need to know which are the tokens that I can prioritize, like on naming, and which one can cause like a big impact to them. So I just grab like a lot of questions in chats that we make it with the stakeholders, like 30 minutes of copy chats. And what I'm instructed, the part of the token that is like the most important one, it's a lot of people just asking me like the colors of the products are really bluish. I need to change everything regarding colors. So I didn't have the time to name them properly. So most of the questions that people just asking me is like, okay, we need like a colors more brighter, more modern. That's what the stakeholders are talking about. So I tried to just translate that one in something that can be potentially reused. So maybe that story get a little bit more familiar. So that's why we have it at the beginning. I have like more than 100 components. So I just put all of them on a paper and just try to compare to each other. So I extract like 15 components that visually didn't like align, and I literally just rebranded. But when I say I'm rebranded, it's I'm making why my parents think that I'm make it on the design system. So it's painting components. So I just grab them like the most reusable ones. So for example, normally like components that have these semantic tokens. So for example, like badges, alerts, banners, then I just grab it another one that is potentially reused, like controls, like button checkboxes that are used like a lot, and then input. So that kind of only changing the primary token value that they have it for other one just cost that in less than 3 weeks we have like a new look and feel of the components without talking like about namings. But I'm gonna like explain you a little bit more about namings. But I need to just achieve like stakeholders understand like the powerful and the time that I needed to create naming. So I need to win that time. So we just make that kind of rebranding. So at the end, I just win more time, and they give me like more tools to construct and document properly the token. So that was really, really nice. And then when I make it, a part of grab that kind of components that are potentially reuse it on the on my system, what I make it is just trying to understand the structure, like how many parts my component have. So like more speaker are explaining, normally you have like borders, background, icons. So all the structure that I have it, and I need to tokenize. So I make that one when I just painted my components. I understand that components, and before I understand my ecosystem. So I have that 2 pillars make it in less than 1 month on the company. So that was really cool. So other thing that I make it, it's a part of recollect all that data. I need to summarize in a couple of manner. So I just divided in 4 blocks. One is the visual requirements. Another one is the system structure. Another one is development constraints, and another one is design constraints. So what I make it is just kind of summary all that decisions regarding, like, for example, Montaigne have a lot of restrictions. I couldn't rename it the primary colors, and they have like a couple of semantic tokens over there that I couldn't rename it. So that's really important to know how to name tokens properly, because that namings couldn't be renamed. So I need to create another layer for them. So there are a couple of things that I need to take in account before naming all that thing. So I just summarize all of them. And at the beginning, when I just summarize all of them, what I take it then is just go to my tokens glossary that I have it over there here. And I try to find like wordings that can be fitted to that system. So which are the naming that I can potentially reuse for badges that are not create like any constraints with the engineer team. So I just go here and manually just find them, right? I just come here. So I have all my tokens over there. So for example, the one that is like more painful, it's colors, because they are like kind of different namings for colors and for states and for status. So one of the things that I always asking when I was starting learning about design systems and product design is more like how I can name something. So that's what I just created. That one at the beginning was for my own, but then I just shared it to everyone. And I just tried to recollect all that namings from different design system, from different documentation. So the powerful of that one is not only the naming, it's the synonyms. Because there is a lot of information about on internet about how to name things. And there are like different namings for that. Someone can just, I don't know, name something like warning, but maybe another system it's called alert or caution or attention. So if you didn't have like that kind of resource that you can compare that naming, you didn't know what people are talking about. So that was the reason that I just classified like the tokens on the top and then in different blocks so you can find them like easily. But at the beginning, that was kind of manually, right? I have my ecosystem, then I have my tokens over there. So everything looks like a little bit of separated. So what I tried to do it after that is just try to create like prompts just to summarize all that information. Right now we have like a lot of like ChatGPTs and ES, so I try to just make my process a little bit more easy. So what I make it is just kind of summarize all that information that I mentioned before that I extract for one component, and then just try to create a prompt. So I just create one prompt to my component that is like the other component, and I just came here, paste them. So I just can extract kind of namings that I can possibly reuse it for that component, right? So here we have kind of semantics. We have like naming suggestion, like icon success, border success, or background success, or color dimmed. That is one constraint that I couldn't rename it because for maintain the structure. So at the beginning, I was making kind of that one. I just summarized all the information, use ChatGPT, put it my tokens glossary manually on ChatGPT, and then extract that data. So everything looked like, okay, I can do that one on long term, but I wanted to do like something more, like something that can be potentially reused and more simple on the future. So then, for example, just imagine this is only for one component, but imagine that, I don't know, you have like a button or something. So I just create like a random prompt and say, okay, just ask me and just extract like colors and information about that token. So here ChatGPT can just randomly create namings or creating like suggestion based on that. So this is not like really exact because I didn't like ask ChatGPT to create some guidelines about namings and this stuff. So that was like, okay, for first test, it can work. But sometimes when you are a designer, you have like more constraints, like more problems. And I'm a teacher, so all the students became to me and say, hey, Marta, that's fine, that's okay, but there's a lot of naming that didn't match. For example, if you start like constructing typography tokens and you say, okay, for my semantics, I have B1 medium, because medium is the size. And again, it's medium for the weight. So that's kind of the problems that designers usually have it when they are rename it. It's not like people don't understand how to name it. You have like a structure, so you know which are the pieces that you have it. You have the tokens glossary where you can just fit it like different namings in every structure, but then you have like more problems. So I was coming here and say, okay, you have that table, that's fine, but I wanted to create something that can support like designers at the end. So at the end, it's like a system, like our components, our ecosystem, we understand thanks to the template to Denmo. I have ChatGPT, I have my token glossary, but I want to kind of merge all that stuff and make the things a little bit more easy. So what I came is to create a tokens glossary chat. It will be like probably like super soon. I think after that meeting, I can just publish them. So I fit it with all that information. I fit it with the structures, I fit it with namings, I fit it with rules, and I try to recollect all the questions that all the students came to my classes and asked me. Like the one that I mentioned right now, like, okay, we have like typography, but Marta, which are the naming that I can use it in the case that I have two mediums? So let's just ask ChatGPT to that question. So I can go here and I just create like small questions over there. So let's just grab that stuff here. I can just came to the last one. So I will ask first question over there. Voila. Sorry, they just copy both. Okay, let's just ask that one first. So as I mentioned, we have like body, we have medium, and then we have medium. So I can try to ask ChatGPT to give me like semantic suggestions. So the main problem is, okay, we have like two mediums. So one of the medium typography, like the sizing, I wanted to replace it for other naming. So which are like the possibilities that I have it. So you have like medium, like empty, you have a scale, you can name it like 200, you can name it like B2, you can name it B dim 2. So there's like a lot of naming suggestions that you can use it. So that's what I just created that one. I tried to fit it with the questions that designers have it, and just to try like give them some feedback, some rules. So for example, I have another one. That's something that all the designers just came to me. It's Marta, that's fine. I have like a neutral background, okay? So I have one neutral background that start with white background, sorry, and then we have another one that is a little bit more grayish, right? For example, we have a semantic control that is gray background, but then we have a card that is white. And both are neutral colors. So how can I differentiate one from the other one? So you can come to ChatGPT and ask them, like literally, like which is what exactly can I name it one and can I name it the other one. So you can use like neutral default, neutral hover low. So the word like low and high can differentiate one background to the other one. And here they can appear like more suggestion for that naming, like subtle, neutral plain. So there's like different naming suggestions that the ChatGPT can offer you. So I try to fit all that information. I just create a form that it's on the Miro board, so you can fulfill it with all the questions that you have it, because I wanted to create like a powerful ChatGPT based it on the questions and the concern that all the designers have it when they're naming the things. So then, for example, we can just test it and make it something like more simple, right? And just say like extract the colors, wait, sorry, here, extract the color tokens from this image. So you can just grab a color, like colorful components, and just came here and put it, and then the ChatGPT will extract all that tokens namings like background neutral default, background informative, background warning, and give you like more suggestions. Like, okay, if it's warning, if it's danger, you can have like a structure. You can ask them again, like, hey, I want to like one suggestion or one synonym for warning. So maybe they just ask you like, I want to like couching, that can be another synonym. So you can fit it all that data with all that example. So I just feel like colors, spacing, border radius, and on the future, like near, I wanted to add in like more information regarding shadows and motion and typography as well. It's inside of the ChatGPT. But it's not only like in a structure, it's more like you can fit it with, you can ask them like real questions, and they will just coming back based on the information that I just added before. So yeah, that's kind of it. So I was just sharing here a little bit. So just for like a small summary about everything, it's first of all, you need to understand like your system before naming everything. Use the Talking Glossary chat as a support and not as a single source of truth. It's only like a support. If you are start using tokens, you have any concerns about naming, how are the synonyms, how are the problems that you have it can support on that, but maybe like the answer is not like perfect, but it's something that you can start working on. And then feed it the AI with real relevant data. So as much you can add it real data about your product, about your concerns, your limitations, your libraries that you are currently working on, the answer will be more exact. And yes, just connect on social media. I'm really like active on LinkedIn and on Instagram. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
Wow, Marta, thank you so much. So much value shared within 15 minutes. I'm blown away. Oh my God, that's really, really cool. Is it possible for you to share the template afterwards and the Notion and the ChatGPT stuff?
Of course, the template is on the Miro, but I will just publish the ChatGPT and put it the link on Miro too.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Marta. Gracias. Enjoy your cerveza and see you soon.
See you. Ciao.
All right, everyone, it's time for our next demo. We have Maxime and Thomas joining us from
hello.
Paris. Hi,
Yeah,
welcome.
exactly.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, thank
Hello.
you. Thank
What's
you for
like
having
a
us today.
casual way of saying in French hello?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yeah, but bonjour we all
Salut.
know. Is it a slang?
Salut. It's like salut to say like in a more
salut.
like casual way.
I love your background. It fits our style here. Really cool.
Yeah.
Great
That's why we did it.
preparation.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
you have created the quantum design system UI kit, and we are
that's right.
super excited to have a look at it. Let's go.
Yeah, so let's start by the beginning. So we started to create a design system with my partner WCAG, but we wanted to solve a problematic. But the design system that we have made on the Figma community, it wasn't enough. So we started to think, how could we make a cool tool boosted with AI that is acting like a bridge between developers and designers. So there is the Quantum plugin that Thomas will show you just after the design system overview. So this tool have to track every components update in a Figma file. So you just need to have components and we can track everything that is happening in your file. Then we want to bring back the consistency in the design system and of course accelerate the handoff of your design system process by doing the issue generator. So I will just share my screen right now. Tac. So, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we have created with Noé like a Zen system, like more like kind of UI library free for everyone, that have more than 50 components inside, from like basics components to advanced one. Then we already created more than 600 variables. So we will try to follow the news from Marta. So it was really insightful. So inside this, you will have a cool onboarding that will make you easily onboard on the file. So we already did like kind of huge table documentation for the tokens. So on this design system, we only did two components. Two level of tokens, so primitive and semantic. Then we got the function and the usage of each token. So the variables are already scoped by type. So there is like borders, text, background, etc. The same for the typography. So here we can see that on the textile, everything is already connected. So yeah, we try to do something like really optimized, and we also followed the course of Romina for this to name our tokens. So it was really useful. So if we're going more inside the components, we have all the foundational components like badges, buttons, etc. that are really useful when we want to build a UI, SaaS UI. So here on the left, there is like my component set. So it's like my master with all the variants. And on the right, we try to show something that we can have on 08, Storybook, etc. to show all the properties and the use case of the component. So there is the style, the sizes, etc. So now we will start to do the use case with our plugin. So I'm a designer. I need to update two components, and I don't have time because I'm designer, and I'm also lazy because I'm a designer. I don't want to do issues because I'm a designer. So I just want to update this button component. I want to change the background color into something darker, like neutral. So I'm changing the background color, and I will do the same to the border color. Then I will switch to the card banner, and I will update just the border color into something darker. So I have made two updates in this file, but I don't have time. I can't create an issue. But Thomas, as a developer, he need to have this information that I have updated something. So I will let Thomas to show how the plugin is working. So he will share his screen.
Yeah, thank you, Maxime. I'll take the lead and present the plugin. So for information, the plugin is not available yet on the Figma community, but it's going to be just like the library available soon. So the first thing you can see when first I'm running the plugin is that it's synchronizing the data. It's getting all the components, all your variables, and trying to find the changes. So as you can see, we had 2 changes detected. And now we're going to synchronize now and push all the information to the product teams. It was quite quick, but to explain you exactly what happened on the first step, we made an engine that is capable of extracting the data between the two last version of Figma of this file, and then send it, making a request to OpenAI last model, GPT-4 Turbo, and then send him a template, send him all the instructions we want, and we create an issue with it. So as you can see, we're all set. We had an issue created on GitHub and another one created on Liner. So let's go on Liner and see what happens. So we can see that we have 2 issues that has been created, one for the button, one for the cart. Both has been been updated by Maxime. We have a context about what's happened quickly. We have the detail of the summary, so he changes the background border, moderate default by neutral border. We have a before diff, so he made just few changes, but in case he made couple massive change, it would be a bigger section with more details and everything. And we have a checklist, the most important for the developer, so I can know what I need to do to develop these features. So I have a little checklist to tell me to update the component, change the background by this variable, change the border, etc. And we also have a link that will redirect us straight to the Figma file if I need to check something else. So that's the same thing for the card as well.
So for now, the structure of the issue is quite generic, but we are working for something more like custom. So we will give you the access, like the request access for the beta. And so today it's only for GitHub and Liner, but we want to for the beta to improve with more connection app like Jira, ClickUp, and also all the communication application that we're using every day, such as Slack, Discord, Teams, etc., to notify the right person in the right moment. So we really want to be like this kind of agents hub with connection everywhere from a Figma file. So yeah, this is what we want to do with the Quantum. I think we can share the QR code scan. So if you want, you can already request the beta, and we will let you know when it will be ready. So you will be the first user of the Quantum plugin. It will be totally free, so everything is free for the beta. And we would like to have, of course, a lot of feedbacks and how we can improve the product, because it's quite exciting to build this kind of product. So you can also follow us on LinkedIn. We're like really active, and it was really cool to speak with you today with our French accent.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Merci
Oh,
beaucoup.
so cool.
Merci. Wow, this is
Thank
so
you.
cool. Thank you so much for building this plugin and providing it to the community. It's really,
Yeah.
really super helpful. We will share all the links on the Miro board. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the conference and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Next up, we have Johannes joining us from Austria.
Guten Tag, Johannes.
Servus, Johannes.
Guten
Wie geht's dir?
Tag.
Alles gut?
Yeah, speaking German, I should not be surprised. So,
Do you know how to speak German?
well, I only speak Austrian, so
I tried my best to speak Austrian. Thank you so much, Johannes, for joining us today. You are making WCAG more accessible with your WCAG card, but also I know that you have a dog, and
yeah,
the design system in your company is called Zeus, just like your
Zeus,
dog.
yeah,
Or is it
like the Greek
Zeus?
god.
How is your dog and the design system called?
Well, it kind of was an idea to make it also more accessible, more approachable for the whole company to find the information. Because if you look up like all those conference pages, and if you search for design, for system, for something, you just don't find anything. So naming can also be something that can be used for really make things easier to find. And that's how I ended up to name the design system after my dog. So you will find a few pictures of my dog and everything about the design system if you look it up.
Yes, and you also told me that the design system is based on the DAISY principles. What's about that, DAISY?
Well, because my teammate Anna has a cat, Daisy, and I didn't want to just have something from myself in there. So we had to make something from everyone on the team who does something. And the new cover sheets that we have are created by an intern who also worked on the design system. So we try to always include everyone who's working on that thing so hard. And everything has a meaning. It just happens to be the same names. It's not something that we come up with.
Love that. So cool. Johannes, thank you so much for creating this accessibility WCAG resource for everyone. Let's have a look at it. Let's go.
Okay, so I have to be quick as the once before, but before I start, if I look a little bit tired, that's because I am. I was attending 2 conferences in parallel over the past 2 days. I was at Web Expo in Prague at day and tuned in for Internet Design Systems at night. And I didn't manage to get all the wonderful talks, so I have to rewatch some of them. And I know, Seal, you told me not to prepare slides, just talk to everyone here like I would do, talk to a friend. I only have a few prepared, promise. And then I jump to VS Code, Figma, browser tabs.
It's
And
fine.
by the way, it's really weird for me
You
to
also
speak
have
systems.
you also have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't have to rush. It's all good.
Yeah, I still need to rush because there's so much to share. So, and it's weird to talk about something that is not directly related to design systems at a design systems conference, which happens to be one of the topics that I'm really passionate about. And before I start, a few things about myself, because you mentioned to not want to introduce me too much. So I'm Johannes, my pronouns are he, him. I'm UX engineer, accessibility advocate, and mildly obsessed with making things more usable for everyone. And for anyone who wants to know more about me, I'm really active on LinkedIn. And I also put a slide for you in the end of the talk, so you can just scan the QR code and find me there. And yeah, you also mentioned the dog. Besides that, I also happen to have an invisible disability, which is epilepsy. I have 3 different forms of it. So really got the jackpot. One of the 3 types I have to live with is called absence seizures, a form of epilepsy that is often mistaken for daydreaming. So it's really hard if you have to conduct user interviews and attend a lot of meetings. And if you're talking to me and I'm not answering all of your questions or only parts of it, just repeat. And no worries for online meetings. I usually have captions on to reread things that I did not get while people were talking. And one last thing before I come to the card decks, I prepared a short game for everyone in here, especially for the people who think accessibility is only for disabled people. I will show you a short text and you have to guess what you read there. The contrast should be high enough. The font size is also really big. And I ask you to write your guesses on the chat and hope you have the fingers on the keyboard. Ready? There you go. So I'm looking forward to see what you read. And you might see, well, that's not a thing, right? This is just not a word, right? But what if this would be part of a password or a voucher code? So now you know why caring about accessibility.
Sorry, Maxime. No, Johannes, sorry.
Oh, I'm
No,
not
you're
sharing.
not sharing anything. Yeah.
Ah, I was too fast. So now let me share screen. Thank you. There it is. So now you should see it. And now the guesses should come. Ah, thank you. Didn't start to sharing.
Yeah, we can see your screen. Thank you.
You can see the screen now. Okay, a lot of it. But now you know why accessibility is really that important for not just, and I know everyone types just I. No, it's not the song. But this is how you combine the different resources and make things approachable, accessible for everyone, and not just for people who are disabled. Because if you put that on a voucher code, by the way, it's a large letter I followed by the number 0, a small letter L, a large letter O, and again a small letter L. So, and that's the reason why I came up with the card deck, kind of an approachable way to really deep dive into design systems. So really, seriously, a deck of cards. Well, it started as a Sunday afternoon project, and I tried to combine a lot of different resources that I had open in my browser tab, like 20 up to 100 different resources, tools, different color checkers, other things. And I only used parts of all of those tools and resources that I had there, and I tried to combine all of the things that I used for practice to really put up something like that. And yes, it's Braille on the cards that you see here, and they're printed. Yeah, that was the start. So now, what's on the cards? If you haven't seen them yet, the previous card deck, by the way, was from someone at the community, Kimberly, who happens to be blind, and created something really amazing for the project. On the cards, you have different sections, different areas, different parts where you can see like the principles. Obviously, you have to connect it somehow to the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. You also have the number connected. You have the title there. You have the level to really use it. I will dive into methods that I am currently working on to make it more usable for you and easier to understand if you can't create your own or don't want to create your own method. And in addition to that, I also connected it to the actual Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. In the first version, or like 0.1 version, there was the full understanding link there, which is not really accessible. If you have a printed version, you have to read everything out there. So I created this short links. You can also change the translation in the background without needing to like reprint the cards. And also added a QR code, but if you don't want to scan a QR code, you can still like read the short link there. And I also wanted to connect different themes or different parts of the Web Content Accessibility guidelines that don't look too obvious connected to each other. So I put up this See Together With, where you really find everything that is related to one or the other guideline. And in addition to that, parts are also based on some other projects, like the themes at the bottom are based on Andrew Hicks' map by theme. So he connected different WCAG criteria together in a kind of a subway underground map. And I used them to also visualize this connection between all of those. And what you see in the middle is kind of this core information, the short version of what should be in there. It's an oversimplified version from Martin Underhill based on the WCAG, but in language I can understand. And I'm currently revising this together. I hoped to have the final version already ready for you today, but if you want to download it, maybe wait 1 or 2 weeks. I will put it up on LinkedIn and inform you as soon as it's out. But it's not ready yet. It's in a finalizing process and it will soon be out there. Together with that, I also came up with kind of indications to show something to know who is this one criterion for. And I don't want to focus on where it comes from, because if you think about visual impairments like blurred vision, it could come from like too low blood sugar. It could come from, I don't know, you're drunk. It could come from something completely different, migraine. So things that are not really things that you should care about. But what they all have in common, you have blurred vision. So I wanted to focus on the disability and not about the cause of the disability. So that's why I put up these different disability indicators. And again, you have someone to be responsible for really bringing this into the team and really putting it up somehow in your project, in your products. And that's where I came up with the responsibility indicators. I try to reduce it again to a minimum. The code, content, and design. Reason why content and not writing, because if you have a video content, it's still content, but it's not writing. So again, you have to kind of still read and dive a bit deeper into all of this. So this is kind of what you see on the cards. And yeah, real use case, not just theory. In the background, you see a really fun version that I love, created by John Halls, based on my thing. And I'm also working on a really playful version. I don't know if there are any Magic the Gathering fans out there, but there will be a training version there. And it will be called WCAG the Gathering. How it's used in practice. Currently, I know of teams who integrate it in the workflow because they reach out to me. They send me pictures. They send me like teamworks they run. So they're using it for methods to train, methods to really run accessibility audits, WCAG audits. And because I created those cards and also came up with this kind of different, I can go back to responsibility indicators. Someone from the working group for the ARRM from WCAG directly reached out to me because they created something to make use of, to connect or have a kind of a decision tree, something to put it up for one or the other role or responsibility. And we are in contact about that as well. So I always try to stay as close to the original version as possible. And yeah, that's how it's going to be used. So now, what is it used for? It can be used for anything. You can have kind of an accessibility audit, as mentioned, and that's the first thing that I created, and I promised to kind of tease it. The first version will be put in the Figma deck as well by the end of the summer, and it will be followed by also a Miro template that you can also then make use of. Again, Creative Commons license, so you can use it for commercial use as well. Just put the name on it. And I will also put it on GitHub. So for anyone who's more in the development area, you can also kind of do something. And there will be a web version someday. Still Sunday afternoon, you know, not much time. The basic idea of the first method that I'm currently working on and describing is filter out what's not needed, only test, for example, one level that you need, or if you really want to dive into the law thing. So you only have like AA and below. The next thing, then you only have like parts of the card still left. Then you identify what criteria are relevant. So you have decision trees like the ones, and those are based on something, an article from IBM where they came up with how to decide which criteria is really something that you need. So it is change. To just ask a simple short question, and then you say, well, it's an issue, or it's something that I have to look at more deeply. So this would be the next step in this identification on what you need here. Then the third step, you're sorting them by theme. So you group them together for keyboard, sensory, forms, for smarter testing, and really figure out, does it work, does it not work? And again, there's something that I'm currently working on, and it's already not here, it's here. There will be a simplified version of the map that I already teased from Andrew Hick, where you can put the cards on it. So you see, like, you have a round trip and also connections to some other themes that should be relevant. And the first step then, as soon as you are ready with figuring out what you need and how to test, you only have the cards kept where you have issues. So you again come up with a short test. You do the manual test then, and then going back to what I showed here earlier, you prioritize it. In this next step, you have a severity matrix on is it relevant, and is it something that really is an issue for perceivability. Then you have blocking issues, you have high, medium, low issues, so metrics that helps you. And then after you have done all the work, you look at the blocking issues, and based on the card that you already have seen somewhere, I can jump directly into the card here as well. You just figure out, okay, who is responsible? In this case, it should be someone in the content set. And that's it. So it kind of speeds up to really connect. And if you're using the Braille version, then you can also work together with blind people who are doing the test and then handing over the card, and you can't probably read Braille, but you still can read what's printed on it. So you can really collaborate together with all of them. And that was also the last slide, and I was also jumping into it. And for anyone who's interested, I already put it on the Miro board. There is something also for developers. I have the GitHub repository that will be updated soon. There will be also something that is not in Figma because Braille doesn't make sense in the visual part. But if you want to print it, then you might want to have this printable text thing for the Braille printer. So this will be put on GitHub to find it if you want to print it out. And also for the translation, I have a lot of people supporting me. As you can see here, it's kind of community-based, and there are, I don't know how many languages. It started with English, German, then Spanish, French, Dutch, Japanese, and Japanese is really cool. Italian, Arabian. I also have people supporting with changing the design for Arabian and Persian language, which is also amazing. Ukrainian, and some others. So the reason I put it on an Excel file and not put it on GitHub for today's or something else, because I wanted to keep it really basic so everyone can contribute and not just people who are used to work with GitHub or another tool. And most people know how to work with spreadsheets. So that's why I introduced the translation file here. But it exports to JSON, and that's what I was showing here. So if you want to create something on your own based on the translation, want to make use of them, then GitHub is the place to go. You can also import it. Also the relations that I put up here with what themes are there, what developments are there. And this is something I want to highlight because there is already one project. They are making use of this connections. It's this WCAG in plain English. They are making use of what effort we put in there. And I think I'm about at the end of time, and I promised to show you a last slide so you can connect with me if you want to. And Sus.
Wow, thank you so
time?
much. Yes, amazing. Thank you so much, Johannes. Really love that. Thank you so much for
Thank
making
you.
accessibility more fun and more approachable. Really love that. Somebody asked if it's possible to buy a physical copy of the card deck with Braille included. Do you have a,
Well,
can you mass print with your printer at home?
well, I don't want to make money out of this, and I don't have any. I always ask that often, and at one point, I will create physical copies and sell them at cost, not making money of it because it should be for the community. For now, I don't even have a printed version on my own, but some of the people who are contributing and are really fans, like Kimberly, sends me over a Braille version for me, so I can make use of that in workshops. I do one in October in Vienna, and I also have then a printed version of the WCAG, the Gathering version, and one of the official versions because I already got like 4 sent over now. They should arrive next week, and yeah, but nothing to buy yet. But I'm working on that. I'm also connected to some
We
people
would
who
love
are
to support you. So
publishers.
once you do it, we will
So if you know
definitely buy.
someone who would publish it, reach out to me. Open to the community here.
Nice. That's so cool. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Johannes. Vielen
Thank you
Dank.
for inviting me. Thanks, man.
Have a nice evening
Guten Abend.
and guten Abend. Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Nice. So before we jump into our next session with Nathan Curtis, let's have a look at the Miro board. So by the way, this is Sois. I hopefully pronounced it correctly. Sorry if not. Johannes dog. So cute. And we have so many pets and even animals watching this conference. That's so funny.
We
Let's have a
should
look.
gather them and name and get all the names of all of them. You know?
Yes. Let's have a look. I've seen some really cool photos over here. I spotted some chickens and even a bear and cats, dogs. Trying to find one, just a second.
Oh, look on the right side.
Oh, look at this. The cat is trying to guess what's written on the screen. Not very amused.
She's
Shout out-
annoyed probably because they're on the computer instead of playing with her.
Yeah, all these poor pets who need to
Oh, Buenos Aires.
yeah, Buenos Aires. That looks like a massive design system party. What's going on there?
Nice.
Love to see that. Really cool. People are excited. Welcome. Great to see so many people here. Let's have a look if we can find some more pets. Oh yeah, look at this. These pets are probably like, oh, please finally shut up with your design token and variable stuff. You have been like crying about it every day with your variables PTSD, like mentioned yesterday. Not another day full of design system stuff. Let's play, mom and dad. Yeah, so many cool people joining us. That's really amazing. Even somebody's like having another party here and watching the conference. Probably that's really amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Hope you like it.
And get ready for an awesome session with Nathan Curtis now.
Yes, we are getting ready for an upcoming session with Nathan Curtis. So excited. Because he's going to present how to align design with code. New content coming from Nathan Curtis, spectacular component alignment between design and code. We are so excited to have Nathan Curtis presenting. Big fan. So we will do a short break and set everything up for Nathan Curtis and see you there.